Today.
Hi,
Nice to see you again.
All right, and we brought Molly back for you guys. She's doing so good. I'll let you hold her. I know you've missed her. Aw, good. So my first question is, how are you guys doing? I know we told you so much. It's been a lot. You were away from Molly for a while. How are you guys holding up?
Well, we have missed her.
Okay.
Yeah, we missed her, but we're feeling a bit hopeful because it sounds like you're going to be able to get her again.
Yeah, definitely. So again, just to summarize, we kept Molly overnight. We did a glucose curve, which just means we were monitoring the level of insulin, the treatment we're going to do, to see if it was working. And the good news is it is. She's doing so much better, which means that those clinical signs you first brought her in for, the being tired, the drinking a lot, the going to the bathroom outside of the litter box, those are going to stop, which is great news.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so she's been doing a lot better. So today what we're going to do, we'll talk a little bit about the insulin therapy because exciting stuff, you guys are going to be the ones giving it from now on. We're going to talk about a diet. I know, but we're going to go over it. We're going to make you feel super comfortable.
You guys will feel very comfortable doing it once we do.
Yeah, and so right now, are there any questions you have for us?
No, we're just waiting to see what you're showing us.
Okay. Perfect. So this is, just so we are all on the same page, this is going to be a lifelong kind of management thing that we're going to do, but together we're going to make it work and we're going to give Molly the best quality of life that we can, okay?
That's what we need.
All right,
That's what we need.
perfect. So like we said yesterday, insulin is what the body needs to kind of make sure you're getting all the energy. And so Molly wasn't getting it, that's why she was so tired. So by giving these injections, we're going to make sure that those cells get the energy she needs so she starts feeling a lot better, okay?
Right.
All right, and then we're also going to do a diet that Haley's going to talk to you guys about.
Yeah, so diet is a huge part of managing diabetes. As you guys, I'm sure you said you have a friend who has diabetes, so I'm sure you've talked to her about it, just the way we do in people. They have to watch what they eat. You have to do the same with Molly. So I know you said that she kind of just free feeds, right? You give her some dry food throughout the day and she just eats that. So if possible, we're going to ask you to change that and give her 2 feedings a day. So once in the morning and then 12 hours later again at night. And we also have special diets that we'd like you to try. There's a few different ones, so if she's a little picky, then you can go ahead and try a different one. But basically, they just help her utilize all the energy that she's getting better than the ones that you were giving her before. So with your schedule and everything, does that seem like that would work, feeding her twice a day? Okay, and so...
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. No
Perfect.
problem there.
Perfect. So right after you feed her, you'll give her her injection, and then 12 hours later, you'll feed her again and give her her other injection.
So
Does that sound
injections after. being
After
fed.
yeah, and so you want to make sure that she eats. That's very important. She needs to be able to eat first and then give the injection. And if you notice, we'll have you monitor all that very closely. Have you monitor her eating, her drinking, everything. We can give you a little booklet to do that with.
I'm a little bit worried about if she doesn't like have access all day, which is she's used to, right? What if she starts crying in the middle of the day and she wants something to eat? What am I going to do?
Oh, I know that's hard. You can try and comfort her as much as possible. There may be some treats that we can look into to giving her just a little bit if she's hungry. But like I said, at least at first we want to try our hardest to give her the 2 meals a day with the insulin just until we're managed. What's a good thing about
I know as a human being, it's hard to change things that you
it really is hard. It really is hard, and we want you to have the easiest process as possible with this. So we'll give you a couple different options that you can go through and see what works best for you.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So we also have some clinical signs, some activities and behaviors that we want you to look out for while you take her home and you're transitioning into this period. So. We're really worried about her blood sugar getting too low now that we're giving her the insulin. So the insulin's going to let her body take up more blood sugar, so we don't want it to get too low. So if you notice her being wobbly while she's walking, you notice her running into things, or if you notice her shaking a little bit, we want you to feed her immediately and then bring her back into us. I know that's a lot to...
What, feed her straight away?
Right away, because that means that she doesn't have enough sugar in her bloodstream, and her cells and her brain aren't happy, her cells aren't happy, so we need to give them that sugar that they need, and then you can bring her in and we'll monitor that and see what we need to change going forward.
I mean, you couldn't just give her a lump of sugar.
No, we would like to give her that food. Sugar is a little bit different than just giving her actual
I
food.
see.
So what the cat needs is more protein, and that will be in that diet. A straight lump of sugar might be a little bit too much and not as balanced
Right,
as
okay.
possible. Does that all make sense to you guys?
Yeah,
Do you have any concerns with what I
see
just
that.
said?
Yeah.
You guys think you
Yeah.
can maybe do that and try it?
Yeah, we'll have to try. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So now the good stuff, the giving the insulin injection. Are you guys comfortable with needles at all?
Well, I think when I see you.
Oh goodness, okay.
But luckily I haven't done it for years.
Okay, good.
How about you? How are you?
No, I'm fine.
You're
I'm
fine?
fine.
Okay,
Alright,
so can we
perfect.
designate you to be the one that will give the
Yeah.
the shots?
Well, yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the only problem is, I sometimes have to go abroad,
Alright.
Okay.
right? And the length of time,
That you're gone.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Well, I'll have to
Depends.
learn. I promise to learn.
We'll get you
Okay,
comfortable with
I'm
it.
going to be a bit slow because I'm a bit slow at stuff
Oh,
like
that's fine.
No
Take your
problem.
time.
I don't see all that well too, but I think I'll be able to, I'll keep watching him and I'll really get the hang of it.
Okay,
We do
perfect.
it that way,
Yeah,
you
we'll
see.
do it that way.
Okay, great, awesome. Okay, so this is our insulin. And so see how it's clear? That's what the color we want it to stay, okay? If anything's ever changing, it could be that it's out of date or something crazy's going on in there and you don't want to use it, okay? We want it to stay clear. The
Fine.
second really important thing is you want to keep it in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
If you do this, it can last up to 6 months. If you keep it out at room temperature, it's only about 6 weeks. So we want to make sure to keep it refrigerated. The other thing is to mix it, you want to roll it on your hand. You don't want to just shake it because that can cause bubbles. And we don't want to be injecting Molly with bubbles of air, basically. And then the other thing is this is the syringe you always want to make sure to use. Or, well, we're going to use 100 one. This one's a 50. But the one we send you home with, you want to make sure to use that, not get any online and use something like that because that can mess up the dose, okay? All right, so today we're going to practice injecting Molly with saline. We're not going to do the insulin because I want you guys to be able to do it as well, and we don't want to give her 2 things of insulin right now because then we'd have to keep her another week, and I know you guys want to take her home.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to show you on kind of my skin first what you're going to do. So you're going to pull up behind her neck right here. You're going to pull up some skin.
Right.
And that's where you're going to get the injection. So what you want to do is you'll pull up the skin and you'll make a tent and see right here where my finger is?
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where you're going to give it.
Ah,
Okay?
Got it.
But we're going to be doing it in Molly in between her shoulder blades behind the neck. All right? So we're going to pull up her skin and someone can be petting her and making sure she's okay while we do it. We're going to pull up her skin. I'm just going to pretend right now. And we're going to put the needle in. Now the needle's really thin and it's sharp so it shouldn't hurt her at all. So she's not going to feel anything. It's scarier for us than it is for the cat.
Gotcha.
So we're going to put the needle in and we're going to draw this plunger part back. We want to make sure we see no blood. If we see blood, then we're in the wrong spot and we got to take it out, okay? And we got to throw it away and we got to get a new one.
take it out and start again.
Yes, with a whole new one.
Do you guys want to practice tenting her skin and showing
Yeah, we can
us,
start with
showing
that.
us where you were going to put the needle?
And we can do it with the cap on it so it won't hurt her.
Like that.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah. And
Alright.
then you want to show us with that where you would. Oops.
And does it go
Yes,
in there?
Yeah, just like that. You kind of want
At a 45-degree angle.
Sorry?
Yes, just like that. Mhm.
just like that.
Just like that.
Yes, that's perfect. Perfect.
Not like that. Like that. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You know what I'm
Do you want
talking
to try
about?
So we can make sure both of you are
What are
comfortable.
you talking about?
Is it like a little tent
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of push it just down?
Yes,
Mhm.
perfect.
Okay.
Right, and so then you'll pull back and see if you'll pull back like this, see if you've gotten any blood.